Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resume. The resume we have up first is a software engineer intern. They have not gotten any single interviews, and I know this because of their ratio. So a ratio is how many applications it takes to get a single interview. If it's anything below 50, you're solid, right? A 1 in 40, 1 in 30, 1 in 20, 20 applications to one interview, fantastic. Anything above 50 starts to get bad, really, really, really bad, past a 75. And this person, it takes them 150 applications to get a single interview with that. So what we're looking for in a software engineer is not a lot. Most software engineer intern. I am recovering from a sinus infection, so that is why I'm still a little bit loopy. But a software engineer intern is not too complicated. A lot of interns overcomplicate it. They start throwing 1,000 different words at us when we're really just looking for a basic tech stack, that you are in college and you are working towards your degree, that you can take criticism and you can work well with others. And that's it. So can I find that in 20 seconds, which is all the time recruiters have, and go. All right. This is too long. I can't use anything here. All right. Python, SQL, HTML, that's fine. There's so much extra stuff here. Dashboard, nothing. Model, again, nothing. And that's it. So no, I would not move this forward. So first off, this formatting is bad. On my website, there is a free template and guide. You should use it. It's the best thing I've ever written. This is what I want your resume to look like. Oh, but you're like, Lee, it's a cashier. Doesn't matter. Unless you're a director, you want to use this resume. This is the resume format that will get you interviews. Unless you're a director, then the formatting changes a little bit. This is how you do it. Again, on my website, totally free. But the problem with this is, I can't use anything in a skills section. Skills sections should not be in your resume. They are not needed, and all they can do is hurt you, so you should delete this. Second, I don't need your coursework. This should be one line, and I don't need the concentration or coursework. Then nothing here should be bolded. Stop bolding everything. You know how hard it is to read your resume when you bold everything? It's a nightmare. And then we have the bullet points, and they're okay, right? They're not great. They're not bad. The problem is you only tell me the basic knowledge of the tech stack, which is good, right? Python, SQL, HTML, CSS, that's great. That's what I need. RESTful API is fine. But then nothing else here is really relevant, right? I don't really care about SQL Alchemy or ORM or this, whatever this is. I do care about Git and CI/CD, but where is the working together? Where is the fact that you can take direction and criticism? I see leadership, but guess what? I'm not looking for leadership. I feel like there's a weird thing where every single intern is I need to show leadership. And it's no, you need to show that you can follow directions. Your job as an intern is not to lead the other engineers. It's to get told your code is bad and to fix it. It's to do some minor documentation, is to learn. And that's fine. That's good. That's healthy. But you don't really care about leadership, right? Why would I hire a leader to do the essential low-level work? That would be a waste of resources. So this, not really what I'm looking for. I want to know how you were mentored. I want to know how you were told that your code was bad and then you did not flip out. I want to know how you can work well with others, and I don't see that. And that's the problem. Yes, you need that stuff on your resume. So this is why you're not getting any interviews. Actually, generally looking for any tech interviews, haven't gotten a single interview. Okay, that's why. Yeah, you haven't gotten a single interview. So you focus. This is fine, right? This is about the amount of tech that I kind of want this to focus on in this one. But where's the other working well with others, right? Where is the taking criticism and direction? So add that to your resume, fix the formatting, and apply early. Little known fact, a lot of people get confused about what ATSs do. They assume that if you apply a certain way, it'll reject you, and that's not the case. The fact is, ATSs, the vast majority of them, 99% of them, function on a first-come, first-served system. So the faster you apply to a role, the better your chances. And it's not necessarily time-related, right? Some roles stay open for 3 weeks and get 2 candidates. You're fine to apply. Other roles fill up within 30 minutes. and it doesn't matter if your resume is good. The recruiters will find who they need in the first 200 applicants and not get to yours. So the faster you apply to a role, the better, or I should say the earlier you apply. But that's all I can really do for this one. Again, it's a formatting issue and it's a content issue, and maybe also is an issue of timing, but they did not tell me. So if you fix that, you will start getting more interviews. And if you ever need more help, you can always join me on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. That is where I get these qualifications. That is where I help people live, and that is where I also record this. So for everybody else, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of I don't know, do not do this. This person just stated backend engineer. I need to know specifically what kind of software engineer you are. Otherwise, guess what? I am going to roll a 6-sided die to determine what I review this as. Because each of those up there, a backend Java, backend Python, backend C#, have different qualifications. Also, Ruby on Rails and probably COBOL, but like literally nobody but one person has ever submitted that. So these are the most 3 common. So which one am I reviewing this as? I don't know. Let's find out. This is a 3, so that will be Python, which is a good shot because I think that is one of the most common backend roles that I have seen. So Python engineer, what we're looking for in a Python software engineer is dramatic pause, Python, SQL, Docker, and again, it's any type of SQL. It doesn't really matter. Cloud and its words, RESTful APIs, Agile, CI/CD, Git. One of these, so full stack or AI or DevOps or Fast API, Flask, and Django. And a bonus for Kubernetes, ETL, and MongoDB and Java. So let's find out. Can I find that in 20 seconds? Who knows? All right, and go. Degree, okay, good. RESTful APIs, good. AWS Lambda, okay. I don't know what the rest of this is. SQL, fine. I almost would have missed Git. Design RESTful APIs, that's fine. Engineer dashboard, again, you've already mentioned that. It's okay. This might move forward. My big problem is there's a lot of irrelevant stuff. Like, I don't really care about Snowflake or SQS for Python dev. I don't really care about step functions. I don't care about SNS. I don't want you to say AWS Lambda. I just want you to say AWS. And then if it's like EC2, then you can do it. But you don't want to start off with one of its words. So it's also possible they would have missed Git because I know how difficult these can be to read. But overall, this is not the worst. I actually have a good chunk of it. So what did you write to me? You wrote, have not applied anywhere. I found your channel. Okay, and I was looking for resume advice. Want to know if I hit the mark in terms of mentioning my qualifications and framing my resume. Mostly, it's not the worst. I think you need to focus a little bit more. Like, this is good, right? This I don't really care about. I don't care about the SQS or the Snowflake or the step function. So you actually need to trim down some of this stuff, but it's not terrible. Although I also don't know what... Oh, wait, no, there is a big problem here. What? Okay, there it is. Yeah, Python should be first. So it should be Python, and then you put all that other stuff. That's not the worst thing. Also, I do want to state that we are approaching November, December. The time this was recorded, it was October 31st, so happy Halloween, y'all. But in November, I would say it's the 3rd week of November, all the way until the 2nd week of January, you are not going to get interviews. The recruitment world shuts down very, very big during that time. So you could have the best resume, you could have the best strategies, it still won't matter. The plus side is after the 2nd week of January, that is the biggest hiring boom of the year. So if during November, December, you start panicking, you're like, oh, my ratio is so terrible. Oh no, what's happening? Don't panic. This is normal. This happens literally every single year. Every single year, hiring shuts down in mid-November till the beginning of January, and then from the middle of January until March, it is the biggest hiring boom of the year. That is year over year across multiple years, across multiple economies. So don't panic if that happens. Don't immediately change your strategy. But this person does not have a terrible one. They just need to sort of reorder this and focus on what is actually important. So it's close. Again, I really would just want you to take some unrelevant stuff off and make probably 1 or 2 less bullet points. And I don't care about this number. So again, not bad. I think this is a C- resume in that it passes, but barely, but it does pass. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a Java backend engineer. So what we're looking for in a Java backend engineer is Java, Spring, Spring Boot, SQL, RESTful APIs, microservices, OOP, Git, other APIs, Maven, Cloud, Architecting, SDLC, MongoDB, and extra credit for Kafka, Full Stack, Agile, CI/CD, Hibernate, DevOps, and Docker. Will we find those in 20 seconds? I don't know. Hopefully we will. So, go. Okay, degree, fine. Optimize events, below. Okay, Java, good. Kafka, good. Kubernetes is good. The rest of that I don't need. Develop RESTful APIs in Spring, Java, okay. With Azure, create GitHub CI/CD, and that's as far as I could go. So is this a bad resume? No. Honestly, it's not a terrible resume. A big issue is sort of its formatting, I will be honest. But let me see what they wrote. They are also in chat right now. So their first is added some stuff. Had trouble finding a second role, and I have a 1 and 7. You have like a 1.5 year employment gap. That's fine. That's not a huge deal. Is it okay or something to try to hide? You don't need to hide it. If it's past 2 years, it's a problem, but it's also more of a problem like if you don't have something to show for it, because having an employment gap is more of the problem of they don't know if your skills are fresh. So if you're still working, that's fine. You spent your content recently, you spent 3 hours creating it. Okay. Some of the bullets are new, describe project situations. Some are old. Please be brutal about what I can change. Is it better to hear it from you than not at all? That's very true. Since then, I've had some success through recruiters' internal manager outreach that moved me into the interview stage. After they updated the resume, or the cold applications, I've got a 1 interview in a faster place than my previous resume, but not enough of a sample size. So this is not bad. This is probably a C+, I would say. Part of the issue is the formatting a little bit. Is this is bolded. Like if you notice, this does not look like this, right? There is some slight differences between here. So first off, this should be 10.5 Arial. It looks like the font between them is okay, but it should be 10.5. In fact, everything past this should be 10.5. This should not be bolded. These are okay to put. And then we go down to here, and my big problem is there's just a lot of extra stuff, right? Like optimized distributed event system resiliency and scalability. Don't start your sentence off like that, right? Just say used Java, Kafka, and Kubernetes as part of the seller notification team to blankety blank our event processing system. So start off with this part. And again, I don't know if I need Flink or FreeMarker. I don't think I have personally ever seen those. If you see those in the roles you're applying for, then you need to put them in, but I personally haven't seen them. And then you have here, develop RESTful APIs, which is solid for backend and backend for front end. See, this is a little too technical, but I do like microservices. You already mentioned Java up here, so you don't need to mention it down here again. Using Spring Boot, good. GraphQL, don't really care about. Elastosource, Cassandra, and Azure. But you said Azure Blob Storage, and I am looking for Azure, so they may not know that Azure Blob Storage is the same. So if you literally just change this to develop RESTful APIs using Spring Boot and Azure for X, it would be an infinitively better sentence. Created a GitHub-based automation template, CI/CD process with Walmart Concord. Eliminating. This is a fine sentence. I like it. Built metrics. Don't know if I care about this. This one is okay. And then the rest of it, I think, is kind of superfluous. So while you may be missing 1 or 2 things, like I don't think I saw Spring. I did see Spring, right? Spring was there. Yeah. I need a little bit more of these and a little less of the other stuff you wrote. So again, it's not terrible. It's still legible, but the formatting is slightly off, which makes it harder for me to go down. And there's so much extraneous stuff. Develop microservices and cloud infrastructure. Okay, for using Java. Okay, good. Spring Boot and AWS. Perfect. This is how I love this. This is a great sentence. Using HTML, CSS, Node, JavaScript. Yeah, this is fine. Yeah, I want you to write this. I want you to write this like you wrote this. This is fine. This is really good. I really like that. Answers I'll call Jira, Figma. I don't care about as much. So yeah, your big thing is you just kind of added a bunch of extra stuff. So this person is in chat, and I'm going to help them out now. But for everybody else, we are going to the next resume. This is a resume of a data scientist. So let's see if I can find what I need for a data scientist. So degree, Python, R, SQL, data in all its forms, industry, explaining stuff to non-technical folk, influencing stakeholders, cross-functional, cloud, Microsoft Office applications, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Sheets, AI, LLM, NLP, ML, Spark, Skibbity Learn, Pandas, NumPy, dashboards, data visualizations, and ETL. Whew! All right, and go. I don't care about half of this. Created requirements. Okay, there's nothing here. RAG. Okay, maybe. LangChain is okay. Nothing. Okay, there's literally nothing here. Like, there's just none of it, right? Like, that's not a data scientist. What did you write to me? It's not a data scientist? Looking for ML engineer data science internships roles. Okay, internships are different. You need to write that. But struggling to get shortlisted for any. Yeah, because you don't show anything. I have referred for your resume formatting techniques, but sending for the content. I have referred. Okay, so internships are different than full-time roles, what we're going to need. And what I would look for in a data science intern is different than what I would look for in machine learning intern. Those are different jobs. Those require different resumes. So let's instead look for a machine learning intern. All right, I think I have that one saved. Machine learning, I did have ML intern. Here we go. So this is a slightly outdated list, but that's fine. So we're going to put this as ML intern. Okay, so let's look to see if I can find what I need for an ML intern, which is machine learning, Python, C++ or SQL, PyTorch, TensorFlow, Cloud, probably some of the others too, like Skibbity Learn and Hugging Face, LLMs, AI, Cloud, generative AI, ChatGPT, and that you can take direction and criticism and work well with others. So, AI powered, okay, so I see RAG, that's good. LangChain is good, and that's it. And that's it. There we go. That took 5 seconds to get rejected. This is why I don't see the rest of this. First off, you don't show me how you use machine learning. I don't care if RAG is equivalent to machine learning. I'm actively recruiting for these roles right now. And I know what I'm doing on this, but it's entirely possible that other recruiters do not. They may not know how RAG is related to machine learning because it may not actually be. That's actually kind of the problem. Like, this is so new that a lot of people don't fully know it. So you don't want to say developed an AI-powered IT support chatbot. You want to say developed a machine learning AI-powered chatbot using RAG and LangChain for content retrieval. Then I need a little bit of maybe like Cloud or TensorFlow or Python, because again, I don't see that. And I need you to show me how you took direction and criticism and worked well with others, because that is what matters. It does not matter if you're entirely technically sufficient if you cannot work well with others. There is a myth that if you are super, super good at STEM, you don't have to talk to anybody, and that is a lie. It doesn't matter how good you are. If you are a jerk, nobody wants to work with you. And as an intern, you are not proven that you are not a jerk yet, so you have to show how you can work well with others and take direction and criticism. So I need you to add this stuff to this resume. Stop applying for data scientist roles until you make another one, and add how you can work well with others and take direction and criticism, and then you'll get actual interviews, because right now there's practically nothing in your resume. Next resume. This is a resume of a full stack software engineer / AI engineer. Nope, not. You can only do one. Sorry, those are two different roles. Maybe you will tell me something different in the note that you left me, but right now I'm only reviewing this as a full stack software engineer. So 20 seconds. We need TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, API, RESTful API, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, .NET, or Python, or Java, and a bonus points for architecture, extra lineage, Git, or DevOps. And you know what? I'm going to add AI as well to that. I think that is definitely going to be extra for some of this. So AI, LLM, whatever. There's a bunch of others. I'm not going to list them all. So, can I find it in 20 seconds? Let's find out. And go. RAG, okay. Next.js is good. TypeScript, okay. Nothing else is here that I could use. React is good. TypeScript is good. CSS is good. Nothing is here really. Node.js, okay. CI/CD. What cloud? Didn't tell me. Okay, yeah, I would not be able to move forward with this resume. I do not see enough fast enough. So, what did this person say? This person has a... See, I plan on doing a research soon. I don't know what a research study, I guess. It will be AI related, but not full stack. How to integrate that into my resume? You don't. You have two separate resumes. You have one that is for full stack and one that is for AI. Just keep one line so it's not to waste a recruiter's time. If it's a full stack role, yeah, basically, like you have one line of, like, this is the amount of AI I would like to see if it was full stack. The problem is you don't have enough for full stack. Like, I don't see enough stuff for full stack. This is what I need. If you're doing a full stack role, your very first role should be backend language, TypeScript, JavaScript, HTML, CSS. That should be your absolute first sentence. I need to see that within the first 5 words. So if I do not see that, I can probably not move you forward. I also plan on doing AWS Cloud Cert. Where should I put that? You should put it under this, right? So it'll be under education. That's why they're education and certs. But a big problem with this is, A, the formatting's not great, but there's just not enough to move you forward as a full stack dev, right? So let's look at what we have. We have the extra AI, right? That's good. RAG is good. We have Next.js. That's good, right? And remember, you need 75% to move forward. Then we have TypeScript. Also, stop bolding everything. I was only able to go to here because you bolded everything. The less you bold, the more I can read. I swear. I know that sounds counterproductive, but it's true. Then I have React again, which is okay. It's okay to have React here. And it's good to have TypeScript twice, one here, one here. You don't want to have it in the same job. So if you had TypeScript here and TypeScript here, it would be bad. But because you have TypeScript here and here, this is good. And CSS, and that's it. I've lost interest in your resume, and there's nothing else. So that's your problem. You don't have enough to move forward. You also focused on weird, like, response times by 40%. Stop doing that. I hate when everybody puts those in. And you bolded everything to the point where I can barely read it. You also didn't tell me what cloud. So while you did have CI/CD pipelines, I ran out of time because of your formatting. So fix your formatting, right? And then what you're going to do, what I need you to do, is actually focus on this. The amount of RAG you have in that resume is just enough. So I need you to actually focus on this stuff if you're going for a full stack. If you're going for an AI role, that's different. What we need is AI engineer is going to be this stuff. So you are in between both, and you don't have enough qualifications to meet either. So focus. This is the AI. And that's all I can really do for this resume and this video. If anybody else ever needs more help, join me on my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at Twitch at twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. It's 11 a.m. PST, and I will see you all in the next video to help you get ahead of your job search.